This looks really dangerous. We should probably get some more help, don't you think? Don't be such a pussy. Now I know why you wear black satin underwear. Let's do it. I don't think this is the time to criticize my britches. Why don't we just go kick some ass? We're gonna go give him a double impact. Welcome back to my channel. Hope everyone's doing well out there, and I hope everyone enjoyed that little mini movie before this review started. My son shot that. He works very cheap for mini Oreos, so you can't beat that price. And today we're going to talk about Double Impact. This movie came out August 9th of 1991. The movie had a $15 million budget, and upon release it made 30 in the US and 80 worldwide. So this was a nice size hit for Jean-Claude Van Damme at the time. And he's re-teaming with his Lionheart director, Sheldon Lettich. Sheldon Lettich wrote Bloodsport for Van Damme back in the 80s, and he wrote and directed Lionheart, and Sheldon Lettich co-wrote this film with Van Damme and directed this film with Van Damme. And they went on to work out, he directed Van Damme later on in some of his direct-to-video releases. And Van Damme plays two roles, because this was kind of like a gimmick film, but they make it work, I gotta be honest. And he plays Chad and Alex. Chad is the more lighter side, more laid-back ladies' man of the two brothers, and Alex is the more darker, more violent side of the same coin, but they're all both very capable in martial arts and handling weapons. And we got the great Jeffrey Lewis in here as Frank Avery, and he is basically Chad's surrogate father, because when they're young, they show their parents in Hong Kong, and they're opening up this tunnel that goes underneath the bay to China, connects China with Hong Kong. And his father was half responsible for that, but they get killed violently, and these people were gonna kill the babies as well, Chad and Alex. But Alex got taken by the nanny and disappeared in Hong Kong, and Frank took Chad and brought him back to the U.S. and raised him as his own son. And neither guy knows this until obviously this movie is what drives the plot forward in this film. And we also got Bolo Young in this film, and he was the main bad guy in Bloodsport. Him and Van Damme were good friends, and Van Damme brought him in this film. He plays the main enforcer for one of the bad guys. There's actually two main bad guys in this film, but we're not going to dwell on them too much, because what we're here for is Van Damme playing twin brothers in this film. And you ask yourself, do they sell it? Oh, by the way, another thing, Michael Douglas produced this film. Michael Douglas produced, the same year he produced this film, and he also produced a little hard R action movie called Stone Cold with Brian Bosworth, Lance Hendrickson, and William Forsythe. If you've never seen that film, I recommend checking it out. It's a pretty good little piece of hard R cinema. Check it out. It's definitely worth your time. And that was also produced. Michael Douglas wanted to produce Face Off. He produced One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Starman. Michael Douglas produced a lot of films he never starred in. So that's kind of a cool little piece of trivia. Now in this film, basically, Chad is living in LA with Frank, and they're pretty much like father and son. They run this karate dojo. And Frank decides, he gets some information about Hong Kong, and he decides to take Chad and go to Hong Kong to meet up with Alex and introduce them finally and tell them what happened to them so long ago and why they were separated. And obviously, when they first meet, they're two different sides of the same coin, so they're standoffish with each other at first. But once Frank explains to them that tunnel is their birthright, they have rights to it, and so they decide to take it back and go to war with these two bad guys and their mercenaries to take back what's rightfully theirs and revenge their parents' untimely death. And that's pretty much the gist of Double Impact. Now this was considered a gimmick at the time. Now this was one of Van Damme's biggest hits though as well. They do pull it off. Van Damme does a nice job making each brother different from the other. And he's actually pretty good in this film, I gotta be honest. He does a good job of playing each one different, that you know the difference of them when they're on screen. And I gotta be honest, Van Damme, this is probably one of his better performances. Although he had some other good performances throughout his career, but this is definitely one of his better performances. And Sheldon Lettich does a nice job keeping the pace moving. Now this is an hour and 50 minutes long, but the pace never drags really. They set up what the story's going to be, and then you get action scene after action scene. I think every 5 to 10 minutes there's a pretty good action scene. The action's well shot, well staged. There's some good stunt work going on here, and the twin aspect of it. Now this was 1990 they shot this film, so the effects aren't what they are today, but they do a nice job hiding that Van Damme is playing off of a body double. And there was only 2 times where I noticed that it wasn't actually Van Damme on screen with himself. There's only 2 times where you can tell it's a double when he's walking away, that's not Van Damme. And there's one effect shot that I noticed that doesn't look good when they're both on screen together. But that's about it. They do a pretty good job hiding it, that they didn't have the technology back in. They do a pretty good job. I got to be honest. I was impressed. I mean, I've seen this film many times over the years, but last night was the first time I've seen this in a while. And considering when this movie was made and the budget they had, they did a pretty good job of hiding that. And again, Van Damme sells both brothers wonderfully. Jeffrey Lewis is fantastic. All the other actors are great. There's some great martial arts on display here, as you would expect from a Van Damme film. There's some great gunfights, although the bad guys can't seem to shoot for shit, but that was always a symptom of a lot of these films in the 80s and early 90s, where the bad guys can't hit the good guys worth of shit, but the good guys can hit them all day long. And that's present here as well, but the action is exciting. It's well shot, it's well staged, and it's all done for real, so that's even better. I'm trying to think if I have anything else for you. Other than that, this is a solid action effort from Van Damme. It's actually one of my favorite Van Damme action films. I know Bloodsport is iconic because of what it is. We all grew up on that, especially for my age. I love Universal Soldier. I'm going to review that sometime down the line. I love Death Warrant, even though it's over the top as hell, but it's still fun as hell to watch that film. I like Lionheart. I got a soft spot for that. But yeah, I'm going to go through some of the Van Damme's movies as we go along here, and I'm going to do Nowhere to Run soon. I want to do Sudden Death eventually. I'm not going to get into some of his direct-to-video work, but some of his theatrical releases, I'm going to do some more Van Damme stuff. But also, I got a request to do Excessive Force, and I can't find it anywhere, so I had to buy a DVD off of eBay. So that review is it'll be coming. As soon as I get that, I'll watch it, and I'll get a review out probably within the next 2 weeks. But other than that, yeah, I would give Double Impact an 8 out of 10. It is an early 90s solid action flick, starring Van Damme when he was definitely rising up in his stardom at this point in his career. He had some movies under him that were hits that made some money, but this was when he was starting to go up and up and up in his career before he started the downfall of his career, unfortunately, and got relegated to direct-to-video hell, which is unfortunate. But yes, I would give Double Impact 8 out of 10. Like I just said, have you ever seen this film? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I would greatly appreciate that. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I'll be back soon with some more reviews. Until next time, I'm just going to leave you with bye.